Guys, this is why Thailand is better than America. This is why I left America to make Thailand my temporary landing spot. It's indefinite at the moment, but my wife and I, we do want to and attempt to slow travel different parts of the globe, but Thailand for now is home. And being in Thailand for the last 4 months, it has put me in awe that, money aside, right? Because there's a lot of places outside of the Western hemisphere of the world that's much more affordable, right? And I'm talking about, affordable as in, instead of 2 people in a household working, 1 person can work part-time, right? Depending on the job, hourly wage, salary wage, and obviously expenses of that country that person is in, that's sufficient for a lot of places outside of America, outside of Canada, outside of the UK, outside of Australia, stuff like that. So finances, money, cost of living aside, Thailand is better than America simply because it just feels more peaceful. Like, I thought when I was watching these videos, like you guys might be watching now, I thought when I was watching these videos last year and I researched stuff, I hear other people talking about, I just feel at peace, I just thought it was a scam. I thought it was like propaganda, clickbait type stuff, right? But when you get out here, that is exactly what resonates. That is exactly what hits. It's peaceful. Although you are strange, quote unquote strange in this country, right? It's still, there's a sense of welcoming still. There's a sense of engaging that the Thai locals look to do. And we could be more fortunate than others, right? We've experienced, people doing things for us that we don't even ask for. We've experienced people doing things for us that deserve a tip. But it got deserve a tip, and it's almost offensive to do that, because I come from a place of tip culture, right? And people here make considerably less. So again, that's why I said money, finances, income aside, there's just a sense of honesty, a sense of transparency, right? There's a sense of help and community, right? Even though we're essentially playing an expatriate, we're not local, right? The people of Thailand are so willing to help and or accommodate, So I keep saying this, man. This is why I'm attempting to live by this. I'm attempting to live by this, guys. Less is more. Although I'm in an economy where people make extremely less money than people in America. I mean, if you're making $10 to $15 an hour, part-time to full-time in America, you are top here. You are top 5%, and that doesn't matter. Less is much more. It's just much more. So it's just that welcoming, accommodating factor, man. Just that willingness to not appease and not serve, but a willingness to engage and work with one another. Like our neighbor, she wanted to take us to there's a fresh fruit, vegetable, meat market about 15 minutes away. Like she made it known that she was going to take us, and there's nothing we had to do for that necessarily, except for, we showed up, we had a good conversation with her, right? I guess she senses our energy, right? We don't have people with, we're not people with agendas, right? But, there's no, like, we didn't have to give her gas. Like, there was no, like, favors involved. Like, she went out of her way, out of her schedule to do that for us, whether she was planning to go that direction or not. She's with strangers. Again, just so welcoming. They just want to be a part of the journey with you, even if it's temporary, man. Like, we met a lot of people in passing, temporary, just wanted to engage with us, did stuff for free, did stuff out of the kindness of the heart. So that's the main thing, man, that you don't experience that stuff in America at all whatsoever. You don't. It's very, very, very rare. And if people who do that in America, sometimes like myself, right, it's because these are people who are traveled or just at least have an open mind, right? These are people who don't have agendas, people who are not looking for a way around something, like just doing things out of the kindness of your heart, which is rare nowadays anywhere in the world, right? The next thing why I think Thailand is better than America is the food, man. It's food. I guess I'll keep it separate because I was going to say health, but I'll keep it separate. Food, man. Outside of the cost of food. There's a lot of motorbikes everywhere, so sorry if you guys can't hear me. Outside of the cost of food, it's the availability of food and the freshness of food. I was talking to my wife last night about this. These guys make food food to sell for between 12 to 15 hours, plus or minus a day. And it's always fresh. So we're like, man, what do they do with all this food? Because it's so competitive here. Everybody sells food. You can get food anywhere, man. Like leaving Vietnam, we've been back in Thailand for about 3 weeks now. And we haven't, almost going on 4 weeks, I guess. And we have not had to get delivery. We've been doing delivery for the last 3 to 4 months. And since we came back, where we're living now, we do not have to do Grab delivery for food. We can walk to get food every single day. If we're already not making a big shopping haul, we can walk to get food. So it's available and it's fresh. It's fresh. No toxins. The ingredients are minimal. The sugar contents are less. The salt and preservatives are less. And if it's fresh food cooked in front of you or cooked to pick up and eat, there's little to no preservatives. It's insanity. It's pure insanity. And this is why in a lot of my conversations and some of the other videos, right, I'm like, America must be trying to kill us or kill people of American descent or of current citizenship, right? People who currently live in America, right? So they're currently, partake in the diet and the food, right? It's not like that here, man. I haven't been bloated in months. And if I get bloated and if I get extremely full because I overate, anything I ate in America, especially in the last couple years, I got more bloated. Just simple as, bloat, right? So obviously you could always overeat anywhere, right? There's high sugar intake, salt intake, right? There's unhealthy, let me say this. We lived off of Chick-fil-A. Going to work, I ate Burger King a lot. Like, that became a thing. Burger King. Although I try to eat the Impossible Whopper, it's still Burger King, right? So we're talking about fried, fast food, right? We try to go eat like at the Publix, You know, for you guys know what Publix is, you know, like fresh made food as best as possible. You know, in between, you know, work, we'll try to just make stuff at home, but everything's on go. Everything's fast freaking paced in America, right? But because we have young kids, we ate, excuse me, I've had KFC here. And again, the KFC here is different. It's just different. You guys who've been outside of the States and tasted the KFC, the shit's different. It's different, right? A lot of the food in general is just different. The McDonald's, I haven't had McDonald's yet out here. I don't plan on looking to taste it because I just would rather have the fresh, you know, local food that I don't have to go to a fast food chain. But it just, like, I look at these ingredients, like it's light. It feels light. No hormones in the food, right? I could probably count on one hand, maybe two, how many times we've had just KFC. We haven't had any other fast food. I don't want to lie. I don't recall us having any other fast food, right? In the last 5 months, we've had KFC. I think that's the only fast food. We've had KFC 5 to 6 times in months, in almost a half a year. One, that's how you know how available just regular food, fresh, localized based food is. And every time, the few times we've eaten the KFC, like I'm talking about fries, chicken, like look at them cooking. They're cooking and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. They're just out here cooking meat. I'm talking about fries, chicken sandwich, tenders, right? Things that I will be bloated and or get full off in America. It's light. It's just, you feel light right after. So even eating the fast food, right? Even at the fast food chains, right? Eating at the 7-Elevens, right? You know, God forbid I eat at the 7-Eleven in America. That's not happening. That's just not happening. I feel all cluttered up in my chest when I do. Nah, that's not happening. It's just different. You know, it's just different. Food, fresh food is available and it's healthy. And the next and last thing for now, right, is the health, which ties into the food, right? Which probably ties in to my first point of people being accommodating, welcoming, and honest, right? You know, it's like, you know, I think everybody needs to make an honest living, a fair living, but you don't got to charge people an arm and a leg and maybe a head, right, to get a head, right? Like, you know, health, being healthy is actionable, it's affordable, it's available, right? Insurance isn't crazy. Whether you have international type insurance, comprehensive nomadic type insurance, right? Or country-based insurance like Thailand offers, like Cigna, Luma, Aetna, if I'm pronouncing that right, things of that nature, you know, like, it's affordable, man. Like, like for me in America, with a company I worked with who was already paying a premium on my end, I still was paying anywhere from, I still was paying anywhere from $250 to $500 a month, and it wasn't full 100% family coverage. $250 to a half a grand a month on average for insurance, and we still had co-pays, and we still had to buy, you know, co-pays for prescriptions and visits. It's insanity. It's just utterly insane. You come out here, right? Our family insurance, right, is $114. $114 for accidental travel insurance. And then we go to the hospital and doctors and stuff like that, right? It's co-pays of $20, $40, $50. Like, it's nothing crazy. You know, we got medicine for our son, and he had a doctor's visit at a hospital, renowned hospital of Bangkok, right? So there's the hospital visit, right? Which is the consult he has for his first time there. And then he had medication for 3 to 4 months, and that came up to $350. We didn't have insurance. There's no claim we put through our travel insurance for that. That's not insurance based. That's so there was no insurance coverage. That's $350 altogether for medicine for a third of the year, as well as a consultation at a hospital. $350. It's insanity. That's why we made the move. We want to preserve our life. Outside of preserving and keeping funds, less is more. We want to preserve our life. The less things we have to do, the better, man. That's what having a sense of peace and freedom is. And we're trying to ascertain that and making it definite. This is why we think Thailand is better than America. Like, comment, subscribe if you agree.